So, a little bit of an update on one of my future projects for next year's Wasteland. This is the core for the slot machine project I'm working on. So, it'll be a three-wheel design, and this one is pretty much electrical based. It will have a arm that you'll be able to pull on, but the arm just activates the motor. It's not actually doing anything. And then I do have a partial built prototype. Let me show you. So here's the start of the prototype. I may have to scrap this and start over. Not happy with a few of my design choices. But the wheels. This one, the reason it doesn't spin as freely is because I already have the switch unit here. So it's going to be one of these arms with 3 micro switches on it. They put a lot of drag. Let's see. Give you a little bit of a demo here. Oh, dang it. I gotta figure out how to do this with one hand. Let me a second. Alright, looks like it's recording again. Alright, let's try this again. So as you saw there, I'm able to get them spinning. They do have a clutch inside to, in theory, let them free spin, but with the current setup with these switches, I'm not going to get the free spin I was looking for. So I may have to redesign this to where it's a zero drag system. Or I just live with it and have the timer operating the motor operate a little longer than planned, and then when it turns off, well, stuff just comes to a stop on its own. Some of the other components. This is stuff I had designed for the pinball machine project, but did not use for it. I'm hoping maybe I can reuse it for this. If not, it'll just get thrown in the pile and wait again. Since this is going to be modeled after electric style slot machine, obviously you gotta have your push buttons. So I gotta see if this will open up so that way I can put a little nameplate in here that says something. And then since this is for the arcade and going to, of course, Wasteland Weekend 22, my paper covers that will be on the wheels here that have the symbols, I'm not doing the standard symbols that you see like on a slot machine of the bells, the cherries, the bars. It's going to be Wasteland themed, so there's going to be characters on here of stuff you've seen at Wasteland Weekend and from Fallout. So don't know what I'm using yet. I got a little bit of an idea. And then for anybody that's maybe interested in building one for themselves, when I get further along with this, I will have the CAD files available, probably on Thingiverse, but Thingiverse is going to hell these days, so I may have to go somewhere else. I do have an account with GrabCAD. They're nice and reliable. If I can show the other side here. And then these are a multi-piece construction. There's the primary hub here, which has got a bearing. This unit here, it bolts on, and then you can see that there's 3 rows here these are going to be the inputs for the switches. So the plan is where I take out one will basically be the on position, but that might end up changing. And if that changes, then I got to redesign this whole thing. There's the, I guess the left side of the hub, we'll call it. Then there's this skirt piece here that just snaps in place. Right now it's only temporary. Then you got the right side of the hub with the timing switches on it, all riding on bearings. The one-way clutch inside. And then the size of this thing, I'm not entirely sure on the dimensions yet. It's not going to be like your big full-size slot machine units. It's going to be a little more compact, more like a bar top style. You don't see too many of those. So, and this one will probably have a set of legs it sits on, so it doesn't require its own table. So, if somebody's got questions or suggestions, I guess leave it in the comments. And I'll be posting this video in a couple different places.